Yesterday on News Nation, we aired a story where an EPA official said to a Pennsylvania resident some troubling statements that he believes, this is the professional opinion, that some of the illnesses here were related to exposure. And second, that the EPA should have been earlier to test in the creeks. I want to give you an opportunity to comment on that. And second, given that EPA just ordered Norfolk Southern to do more work and more investigation in the creeks, why not test inside these homes, many of which line up along these roads?
I'll partly answer your second question. I haven't seen the report, and since you're not naming an official, I'm not familiar with what you're saying. The testing of creeks is because we've seen visible sheaves that may be and have a constituent of fuel, oil. We know that at least one of the tank cars did leak some fuel, and that wasn't fully accounted for, so we need to test. And it could be legacy contaminants in the sediment from years ago, but that's why we're testing, to try to see if it's linked to the derailment. I'll let Mark try to answer the question about testing inside homes. Again, these are volatile organic compounds. When exposed to air, they volatilize and disappear quickly. So it is just extremely unlikely that anything inside a home is a result of what's going on.
Could be the residents are asking to test inside the home. Wouldn't it be easy for the EPA to test inside the home and say, you know what, all clear?
The EPA is an agency that has as its foundational commitment to base ourselves on science and the law. And the science in this case doesn't suggest that it is wise or appropriate to do that.
I'll only add one other statement to that, Rich. The surface water samples have come back non-detect for all contaminants, for the most part, with a very low-level clip here and there. The surface water has been cleaned since March of April. I don't know the exact date yet. But the only volatilization that can potentially happen in these homes that are near Sulphur Run, or Leslie Run, but primarily Sulphur Run, would come from these creeks. And they've been cleaned. The surface water has been cleaned. We know that there's contaminated sediments, but there's not any contaminants of concern in the actual surface water itself, again, except for a blip here or there. So there's just, as Deborah said, there's no pathway to exposure. So to your first question, the official you're referring to is me. The bottom line with the creeks, back in the spring, we reported about this. I made the same comments in public meetings back in the spring about we'd love to get to the creeks a lot sooner, and we still believe it. However, it was really important for us with these creeks to ensure that all of our stakeholders had a chance to review the plans. They had a chance to look at all the ecological considerations of the sampling plans that we were putting together. So that's why it took a lot longer than it otherwise would have to get in there and start that thorough assessment. On the second issue, same thing, it's kind of old news. We addressed the health questions at a CDC public availability session back in June. And I was essentially repeating the same thing that they said, although I was couching it was my own opinion, which it was in that particular session. So, again, we've addressed those